Hey, what's going on with you, YouTube? Good morning, team. Hey, I'm going to talk to you today about trust and trust issues. Where do you put your trust at? Where do you put your trust at? A lot of people put their trust, what I've learned is that a lot of people put their trust in themselves. A lot of people put their trust in a little money. And when I mean little money, I don't care if you're a millionaire, gazillionaire, it's a little money compared to what some people have. So the thing is that where do I put my trust at? I've learned to put my trust in the Most High, because everything that I see is temporary. Everything is temporary. So the thing is that I see a lot of people putting their trust in their job, and then they lose their job and they lose it. You know, they lose their house, they lose their car, they lose their mind, they lose a lot of things. And here's a story about this guy. There's two guys that lost their job, worked at the same company. One guy lost his job and he went and says, oh, well, it's a great time. You know, I got my 401k, I got some money in savings and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and start me a business is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this business and give this business a run and make it work. And boom, he made it work. There was another guy, lost his job. This joker, he lost his mind. He went and ended it for himself. He unalived himself, all because of a job. A job. Can you believe that? And so the thing is, you know, it's the same thing in business. Some people in business, they got all their trust in their business. Business goes south. Oh, I lost my business. It's not the end of the world. But they had their trust in that job, in that business. And so when that left, their mind left. So I've learned to look beyond that. And I remember one year, I worked at this company, this is many years ago, and I worked at this company, and I remember, you have your little 401k with the company and stuff, and my coworkers were getting laid off. I was getting laid off, and they said, well, you could have another opportunity within the company. And a lot of people were scrambling, like, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was at a sweet spot in my relationship with the Most High, and I'm very grateful for that. And I said, I'd already had a part-time business on the side. So they said, Billy, what are you going to do? I says, I'm going to go ahead and take a year off. I'm going to take a year off. And then I'll weigh it out and stuff, because I had some money in savings, and I took and I had my little part-time thing on the side. And you know what? It all worked out perfectly. It was perfect timing. But my trust was not 100% in that job. My trust is not 100% even in business. That's not where my trust is at. My trust is in the Most High. And He guides and He directs as far as in what to do, when to do it, when to stop it. Or sometimes you don't stop it. It stops by somebody else. So I've learned to look beyond just what I see. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And they found out and proven this is that when you have faith, it has an ability to take you a little bit further than what some people that may not have little faith. So I choose to have faith in the Most High. He has sustained me. He has guided me. And I've learned is that I'm just going to trust Him. I'm not going to trust myself in some things. I'm going to trust Him. Now, behind trusting Him, the Most High, I trust in me before I trust in any company, any business, or anything or anybody. So believe in your God. I call Him Yahuwah, the Most High. He's my God. He's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. He's the Lord of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I choose to trust in Him. And He's never let me down. He's never disappointed. And I've come through some rocky times. It says that it rains on the just and the unjust just the same. So just because you have a belief system, it doesn't mean everything's going to go hunky-dory and go your way and this and that. The neat thing about when it rains, you got an umbrella. The neat thing about Noah, when it started raining, he built an ark. See, it wasn't all in just trusting and believing and having this faith or this warm, fuzzy feeling. It's believing and trusting, but at the same time doing. So faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And so faith without works is dead. So get to work and do your part. And when you do your part, he does his part. It's almost like he's the pilot and you're the co-pilot, and you're flying that plane together called your life. He's right there with you and you're flying it together. And if you let him take and guide it, and you sit in the seat and you fly with him, trust me, you may hit some turbulence, but he's flying the plane. You may hit some turbulence and you may come in for a rough landing, but it will be a safe landing and you will get home okay. All right, so just keep that in mind. I just want to say be encouraged. And where do you put your trust at? Where do you put your trust at? Because it's going to determine how you handle whatever comes your way. You better believe that. Hey, you guys have a good one. Have a great day. I'll let you later. Bye.